What's good, YouTube squad? Your boy X here, and today I guess it's proper. It's probably the best time for me to explain what I should have did in the last stream. I didn't really get a chance to do that. Usually with King kind of when me and King get together, shit goes all over the place. So I'm gonna explain it here. If you haven't noticed, your boy has changed the channel up a little bit, particularly the name. And if you have not been following and listening to some particular videos where I explained why this would be a change coming up, you might be lost. Alright? Calling this channel now Demon Slayer X because that is a moniker, that is the title I have bestowed upon myself probably like 2 years ago, I want to say. That's the name of my TikTok channel. You can same name, Demon Slayer X 1017. And on that TikTok, I talk about spiritual stuff. Also on this channel, I've always expressed that I wanted to find a way to incorporate that spiritual stuff into the stuff that we normally do here, which is random, spontaneous stuff, which is hard to do. You know, it's hard to incorporate spiritual stuff into random shit. So I found a template that I think we're going to keep going forward, and this is what we're going to expect. We're still going to keep the old shit, like I said. We're going to do the random, spontaneous reaction videos. Definitely going to keep the gaming and stuff on the channel. So if y'all enjoy all that, make sure to stay tuned. Make sure to stay subscribed. Hit the likes, the shares, all that jazz. You know what I'm saying? But going forward, we're going to be diving into some more important spiritual matters, which I think from my perspective, my lens, I think hearing the perspective of other people will help narrow and fine-tune our own, okay? So just one real quick piece before we get into this compilation of videos that we have here today. I want to explain that this title, Demon Slayer X, I essentially I think everybody is a demon slayer, because that's what we do. We fight demons all day, whether y'all realize it or not. Sometimes you might be, alone at home. You got a whole day at home, alone. You're probably not really fighting demons so much then. But just think about, like, if you're on a diet or something, you know what I'm saying? And there's like something that you should not eat in the fridge, but it's calling your name. Fighting a demon. You see what I'm saying? So think about it in that perspective. Really, in my sense, it's way more deeper. Again, I have a video that I've done a long time ago that explains why I feel the right that I bestowed that title upon myself. I could go check that out. I'll probably put the link in the description. But this is what we're going to be doing going forward, y'all. Slaying demons, leveling up, opening up minds, okay? So let's get this shit started, y'all. Let's get it started. Let's get it goddamn started. Alright.
I know I gotta stop believing everything I see on TikTok. Don't get mad, don't be making fun of me. I'm just about to lay it out to you. They said that what if we are in a wrong timeline? Y'all ready for it? So the theory is, if the Chicago Bears win the championship, it will switch our whole reality and things will go back good. Boom. That's what they saying, y'all. Lit the shit up. What they saying, y'all, is that it can reset the timeline and we get out this little hell, whatever we got going on. They say since 2016. I'm saying since COVID. When COVID, I feel like we just, I don't know, it wasn't the same. They said in 2016, when the Chicago Cubs had broke the curse of the Billy Goat, that was after 70 plus years. And it was the longest curse in sports history. And the theory why they saying this, y'all, because 2 days later, Trump went president. And nobody was expecting that because they thought Hillary had him in the bag. And they saying since then, it's been chaos, economic whiplash, pandemics, wars, bombing, sickness, 3 Alice coming in, even political chaos.
Listen, y'all. What this man is saying right now, he's kind of going fast. And this is another thing I guess I should say before we dive even further. TikTok videos, you have to be very, very careful, y'all. Okay? And I think of this especially with the little ones in mind. It induces ADHD, okay? Because you're adapting and training your brain to take in information in short bursts, which is not good, all right? So we have to pace ourselves when doing this, and it's kind of like this double-edged sword. All right, we're finding information that might be worthy, you know what I mean? But at the same time, the way that you're taking it in, it's up to you to decide how to combat that. Now that I think about it, if you really are interested in the information that you're hearing, use Google to go even further. You know what I'm saying? Don't take everything that you hear for what you hear. You know, don't just take anybody's word. Research the shit yourself and figure out what the hell you come up with. With that being said, this whole world, this whole system that we live in, I feel like there's different parts, different, sects that obviously work together, but it's like this dramatization that's unfolding in front of us. You know what I'm saying? And like when something happens in one area, it's like a triple effect, and it affects other things slowly over time. You gotta pay attention to this shit. It's very, very weird, and this is what this man is getting off to. But there's a lot to cover in this video, so we're gonna skip the rest
Now
of
the
this.
theory says, break.
I don't mean no disrespect. So y'all think Kobe dead? Yes or no?
Kobe?
Yeah, nobody seen him get on the plane. Did he disappear? Did he go to another island?
I think so. I think he got wiped out because what a lot of people don't know, I'll say allegedly, but he was in a legal battle with a pharmaceutical company.
Right, I heard about
That's documented.
that. Right.
Yeah, but they were trying to fight over, I believe it was the Black Mamba name.
The products that was put into it, he wanted to be associated.
Right. So here's another thing though, what a lot of people don't know. He was in talks with Saudi Arabia
He was on the NBA
to
team.
do his own NBA team.
Yeah, Kobe was pretty much anti-NBA post career broadcast and so on and so forth. It seemed like Kobe was just like done.
Imagine how dangerous that would have been. I mean, like threatening to the NBA that would have been. If you think about it, like Kobe starting, that's like Jordan starting his own league. Like it's over. It's literally over. That's literally one of the greatest players ever. Like it's game over.
And everybody's gonna follow him, right?
For
so
sure.
he probably would have gave better deals. He probably would have gave more exposure, more control of your IP. So again, if that happened, what does that mean for the NBA? So it's really odd on how all that went down, only because
Sad, too.
how low they were flying. Okay.
So you saying the crash shouldn't have happened? It shouldn't have
It
happened.
definitely shouldn't have happened. I was on the scene actually when
was
that
there.
happened. I was on the news. I was one of the first people there when Kobe, when it
You think
happened.
people could have survived? So you think something got blew up or something like that?
They should
It
have
was
been.
intentional.
Yeah, it was something to the intentional. I don't know. To
My
what-
belief, allegedly. I'll say that.
Hey, with Kobe, love you, man. Rest in peace. It's just one of those weird conspiracies, especially when the programming is already there and you've seen all of that. It's like,
Yeah.
was this written? I mean, I do say this. I say we're alive by politics.
I mean, why is it that right before he died, on his last game, they gave out Kobe helicopter toys?
Didn't that? It wasn't the one that looked like LeBron. Wasn't the one kind of like looked like LeBron though.
It looked like Kobe with a helicopter propeller attached to him.
They gave it on his life.
What the hell? Listen, what the hell did I just say just a minute ago? You see what what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about, y'all? And to go along with this, and just real quick saying, history repeats itself. You know what I mean? What reality is this that we're living in? What is the true nature of this shit? It gets more deeper than you ever could imagine. And this is again why going forward, it's important and imperative within my soul to do this shit, because I don't know, there's levels to how I see about doing shit. I've started off kind of like doing some certain type of videos to kind of open up the minds, but what I see in my path, my journey, is that as you get older, they get way more fine-tuned and everything starts to get more put together in this puzzle piece. But we're still fucking lost. You know what I'm saying? I'm still fucking lost, kind of in a sense, because there's so much shit that's like involved in this whole shit. You know what I mean? Carry on.
They gave it to everybody at the game.
So what was the
That's
point of
crazy,
that?
though.
Exactly.
Absolutely crazy.
My conspiracy theory is they set driving up to extract emotional energy from us, because I cannot name one time I haven't drove and I just didn't get in my feelings.
Oh my god. When I said that, I probably didn't say, I don't know. But you know, when I said, if I probably said it, that I looked at a couple of these videos just for a second, and I seen the title, like "Driving is a Conspiracy Theory," I did not think she would start talking about this shit. And I'm baffled because this shit right here that this woman is getting into, fucking phenomenal. How many of y'all could say the same words that this woman just said? Every time this woman drives, she can't help but get into her feelings. I remember a long time ago that I remember the breaking point for me to stop. Well, it really wasn't the breaking point, but I remember this was a moment where I caught myself like catching myself like getting out of pocket with my emotions. It was even before I was an informational tech. It was right before I was becoming an informational tech, before I became a truck driver. And I was working, basically doing flowers and stuff. It was a flower job, so I had to pretty much cut flowers, set them up for the people who was going to deliver them to the stores. But on my trip to this particular job one day, it was somebody right on my ass, like really right on my ass, like so close. And it seemed like they was trying to get around, but to get around in this little tight traffic, you would obviously have to cut me off in a way where it'd probably piss somebody off. And I just remember getting to a light one time with this particular person being on my ass for probably like a whole mile. And once we're at the light, I got out the damn car, and I walked up to the dude's car and I was like, "Yo, what's your problem?" And it kind of got a little deep with that. But the dude ain't say nothing. He stayed in the car, looked forward, tried to ignore me, and I couldn't help but think after that moment, like, what was going on in this dude's mind? Minus me, you know, this dude was probably just trying to get to work. He's stressed out about traffic, and there's so much to say about this shit. But at this particular moment, after doing what I did, I felt so stupid. I felt so like humbled too, even though the man didn't show any emotions. That I just vowed to not let that shit get the best of me. But then I had to get into the trucking career and relearn that shit all over again because, man. But nowadays, I can safely say I'm one of the most patient people out on this road, and there's no way in hell that I would let traffic bother me anymore, because it's something that builds up over time. But I can't help but say, I think what this woman's about to get into, that driving is a setup, another part of this whole system, this reality that we live in. Not only because it's necessary, but I mean, yeah, only because it's necessary. I mean, you don't want to have to walk from place to place. That's not feasible all the time. So it's a necessity. You have to drive from point A, transportation. You know, in transportation, you're going to have to be slaying demons. Okay, all right. And how do you do that? You have to figure that out your own. But I think patience goes a long way. And to have patience, that's something that comes from within. It's kind of like this love thing. You kind of like, all right, let the other dude go first. Let that person, they're obviously in a rush more quicker than me. And also understanding this concept of time, I think that plays a big role too. Time, I don't want to hold us for too much longer, but I find that time is a manipulative thing. It's not like a static thing. You know how they say you have more time flies by when you're having fun? There's something also that happens with time when you're not paying too much attention to it. You know what I'm saying? You're doing things in a way, in a sense where you can, if it's comfortable to you. You know what I'm saying? You're not rushing with the anxiety behind because you think that you're not gonna meet a deadline. Of course, that comes with having to plan ahead of time. But once you incorporate all of that, you can move in a free form, flowing kind of flowing kind of way. You know what I mean? And that it does something to the time, what I notice. But let's run this video back and just see what she said. So, my bad for keeping y'all that long.
My
There's a lot to say
conspiracy
about
theory
this.
is they set driving up to extract emotional energy from us because I cannot name one time I haven't drove and I just didn't get in my feelings because of the way motherfuckers drive or just driving in general. Like, driving was definitely fucking set up to extract energy. Just like social media was, driving was a system that I think was purposely set up to like make motherfuckers go crazy so they can extract energy from us because
I'm not gonna agree with that, but yeah, if you think that, then I mean, look at her. She's driving while saying this. That's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And perspective goes a long way. Just realize you have complete control of your perspective, and once you change it, your reality will change. I went to get my locks retwisted earlier, and the chick who does it, she was like, "Yeah, what's up with the bike?" And I was like, "Man, it's at the house." And I was like, "I just, with these people around, I don't feel comfortable driving it anymore." And she was like, "Yeah, I could understand." So, but I remember when my cousin was here not that long ago, he was telling me if I have this fear when it comes to driving my bike, that's going to kind of cause problems too. And he's right. So, but I don't know. It's like you got to pick your poison at this time. I'm a father, so, and I heard somebody who I recently met, this guy who I met on the job one time. He was like, I seen his bike inside this shop, and I was like, "Yo, I got one too, man." And I told him about the bike that I had before, and he was like, "Dude, get rid of it. You're a father now. You have a reason to be here." So, and those words hit. Anyways, moral of the story: be careful out there, y'all, and think twice before y'all let your emotions take you to another state.
bro, like every time I get in the car and drive, I'm always getting pissed off. I'm always getting frustrated. It's always something with people. Like, why do we have to, like, this shit is blowing me. We technically supposed to be in the future. We were supposed to have flying cars or some teleportation shit. Why are we still driving on a physical road? Why?
Because if we had flying cars, shit. I mean, this woman obviously hasn't thought about that. Have y'all thought about that? If any of y'all niggas out there thought about that, wouldn't that be fucking scary? Like, shit, dude. Flying cars. The way motherfuckers drive nowadays, you would be comfortable with that? Not me.
When AI exists and shit. Like, driving had to be set up to keep our energy levels low, to piss us off.
So I saw a video that said that on August 12th at 7:33 Pacific Standard Time, the two black holes are going to have a gravitational intersection at Earth and stop gravity from working for 7 seconds, and that everything will rise about 20 meters and then plummet back to the ground.
What?
But I don't hear anybody talking about the ocean.
The
water would rise out of the ocean 20 meters and then plummet back down. That's like 60 feet or more. And I don't even want to know what that would do with tsunamis. I mean, the atmosphere is held to the earth by gravity also. It's like going to go away for a minute and then come back when gravity recovers. Something nobody's mentioned that I've heard on these conspiracy theory type videos. So if gravity's gone, you don't just fly up into the air unless it's the centrifugal force of the earth spinning that would cause everything to start moving outward. But the biggest question I got is what happens to the orbit of the earth? If there's no gravity, does that like screw up the rotation of the earth? Like,
dude, did this motherfucker just, excuse my language, did this dude just say two black holes intersecting is gonna cause a... Dude, this dude obviously has not studied enough. And I haven't either. But I know enough about black holes because black holes was... Dude, when I remember when I was 7 years old, going to libraries, getting books only on black holes. So your boy, I'm not gonna say him first because I'm not a scientist, I'm not a scientist, y'all. But nigga, if two black holes intersected, nigga, everything would be done. All right, there's no fuck gravity, nigga. Have you ever heard of spaghettification? Gravity is your least worries. I mean, well, as a matter of fact, gravity is what causes the spaghettification, but plummeting shit, falling and plummeting, or rising in the air and then plummeting, that's the last of your worries, dude. Last. Alright, but it depends on the distance, obviously, too. So, I mean, obviously, the two closest black holes, well, the closest black hole is pretty fucking far. Alright? But if two of them, like, intersect, obviously, there's a chance for something to happen. I can't really remember what the exact scientific name of it is, but from what I understand, there's two things that could happen. They could merge, or, I mean, pretty much that's it. Not two things, but I was thinking, like, if they don't really intersect, they can start orbiting each other and then start launching themselves outwards. But he said intersecting, so eventually one is going to eat the other, and when that happens, they get bigger. It turns into one and it gets bigger. Some shit you do not want at all. Skip.
Y'all really gotta. They say every single holiday that we celebrate is celebrating one of the 7 deadly sins. Every single holiday. Okay. Think about it. So the easiest one, Valentine's Day, celebrates the sin of lust.
Okay.
Christmas.
I never seen it like that. Is it just me? For one, my sister and my uncle's birthday is on Valentine's Day. So maybe I'm a little bit biased, but Valentine's Day is not for just anybody, any woman in your life, or for the woman, any man in your life. It's for that particular person that you either already have a relationship with or you want. But let's not get too deep into this. I've been holding you all long enough.
Here, I'm gonna show you, bro.
Okay, let me see.
Check this.
Christmas.
It's a whole list.
This Christmas.
Okay, boom. Easy one. Ready? Valentine's Day represents lust for obvious reasons. Now, Thanksgiving, that celebrates the sin of gluttony.
Gluttony, yeah, because
you're eating a lot.
God.
You're overeating. You're taking too much of the more than you need.
Yeah.
Now,
scared me for
Christmas. What do you think that is?
Christmas. Greed.
Yeah. Overconsumption and excess.
Okay.
Right? Wanting more of something.
That makes sense.
We celebrate.
And I don't know if any of y'all seen some of the TikToks that I've seen about some of these kids receiving some gifts from their parents, and the disappointment that comes afterwards. That shit is diabolical, man. Crazy. That's why I'm glad my kids know that I don't celebrate that. Whatever their other family members want to do, that's up to them. Over here, there's none of that. So
celebrating gifts. We're celebrating gifts. We're not really even celebrating like the birth of Christ, because people are so focused on the gifts and shit. Now, Easter. This one's interesting.
I don't know.
The holiday of Easter. What sin would it be?
Sex.
Check this out. This one gets deep.
Okay.
So they say it's envy, because the Romans were jealous of Jesus, so they murdered him.
Oh.
No, the fuck, bro. Easter is really supposed to be about lust. So he probably should have got rid of Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day to me is supposed to be some cute shit. You don't even have to call it lust. Call this one lust, not, Valentine's Day, but I don't know. When I think about Cupid and him shooting an arrow into the ass of everybody, it's kind of like this forced thing. So, I don't know.
It's crazy.
Shit.
So, St. Patrick's Day, it's sloth, because people get blacked out drunk.
Oh, what the fuck?
Now, Halloween is what? It's wrath. Okay. So, scaring and hurting people for fun. With masks, it's wrath.
Oh.
So, every single one of the holidays is like a 7 deadly sin.
So,
y'all really got to be careful when it come down to going down these conspiracy theory rabbit holes, because, bro, you really can get lost. I'm talking about you will get lost in the depths of your own mind. You get lost simply by engulfing too much knowledge.
This needs to be heard, because I know some personal friends of mine that, I'll go ahead and put it like this. you can tell when somebody's balancing the information or when they dive too much into it, because on how they react. You know, if they are so adamant about something and you can tell by the demeanor, by how they express certain things, that you know for a fucking fact that like they don't have all the 100% facts, because they've never been there. They're not directly dealing with this shit. And third, the biggest fucking thing of all, you know what? Let me not even say that. Let's just continue.
And there's so many conspiracies I can mention, but I've had a video get taken down before because I've said some of the conspiracies. But y'all know what I mean, though. I know a lot of y'all have heard of P-Gate.
I'm just gonna say what I was gonna say is hearing this shit from other people, okay? But this is what we're doing here. So I question myself on saying that, but everything is like regurgitated information at this time, and I feel like I had to pause it again to say that. Because like, I don't know, that's something that hit me the other day. It's like, at least across my algorithms, all you hear is these people just spitting out shit that you hear all the fucking time. And it's starting to get annoying. It is. Because it's, I don't know, sometimes they sound robotic. And there's some other elements that just, it's like watered down. So I don't know, man.
You know what I'm talking about.
Let me know how y'all feel about that.
Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. Underground tunnels all under the U.S. Adrena. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Adrena. Yeah, because I can't say it. I'm going to get the video took down again. Yeah. Aliens, cryptids, the list goes on and on and on. You start getting into flat earth and giants and Nephilim and all. Bro, it's so much to go over. You will get lost in the sauce. You literally will lose touch with reality if you go too deep and you don't know how to come back up to reality. Like, y'all really need a kick. Like, y'all remember the movie Inception? You need a kick to kick you back up through the levels that you diving into.
Facts. All I'm gonna say, and we're gonna move on to the next one that I think is kind of important. If any conspiracy theory or any piece of information that you're hearing on the web sticks out to you, I highly advise you to pause the video or pause that whatever piece of content that you're watching and research that shit yourself. Stick to that one topic and go all in. Don't keep bouncing back and forth like kind of what we're doing right now. This is a different kind of format, so I guess it's a little bit more acceptable and per my standards here. But I'm saying on personal time, you know what I mean? Do that. This way you don't have to fucking sound like all these other people out here, which is starting to get annoying.
I tell you, man, this conspiracy theory should drive you fucking bonkers.
You will never reach your goals if you only work on the days you feel like doing it. You have to be consistent. You have to get up every day and do it, no matter what's going on with you and what's going on in the world.
Pancake is to have the consistency of young human flesh.
It's spongy, it has life to it.
You're with a guy with brightly colored undergarments, and you got soft human flesh in front of you. You're in a weird place.
I'm looking forward to this. This is really, really
Is that
good.
pancake? Oh my god.
Say, raise your hand if you know someone who's not home right now because they will never come home and they looking at me like this. I'm like, this is real. In this society that we live in, this is real. I said, I want to go home.
100%.
And if you threaten me being able to go home to my loved ones, we got a problem.
We all have had that conversation.
We got a problem. This is real.
Right, because if you ain't never had that conversation with your kids because they all start laughing and playing, it's like we don't want to have to like make them see the reality.
Yes,
but it's real.
And at that point, it's not even a reality for just them, because if you're telling me with my little itty bitty paycheck that I might potentially have to put my life on the line, and then you want to potentially make it worse for me because you find that jiggle funny, baby, if that was a real jiggle, ain't nothing funny about it.
No, exactly.
So I kid you not, after that one time,
but if you don't have those conversations,
they don't know.
You know, I'll be honest, I got a little bit lost here, and sometimes that happens. I don't know if that's like a man thing, but when you know, a group of women start talking, it's like at first you kind of like are following it, but really quickly you just like zone out for some reason. But certain words hit you, and when I heard jiggle, I'm like, it snapped me back into reality. What the fuck did they talk about? You know, and I don't know, man.
Yeah, and when you get to like doing all the conspiracy theories and stuff like that, when you get to drawing up them context clues and mega conspiracy theories, conspiracy your ass away from me. Just don't even come around me with all that. I don't want to hear your thoughts on why TikTok showing me all the videos I done seen and liked and said, and how it's because the government sitting on top of my roof and my gutters, looking through my vents on what I like and putting it back in. I don't want to hear none of that, man. Do me a favor. Do all of us a favor. Keep that shit in your mind, brother. We don't. A lot of stuff don't need to be said out loud. You know what I'm saying? Not everything is conspiracy. Sometimes shit just happen. You know? Sometimes shit just go wrong. Everything not like a conspiracy theory. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, your door closed the wrong way. Now you coming up with some idea done opened the portal up in the world, and that's why the wind not allocating the way the same as it was supposed to. Just shut up, man. Be quiet. Like, nigga, gas high, bro. That alone is all I need to not hear what the fuck you got to say.
So I have this theory, and it has to do with consistency, and I call it 7 straw or 7 blade theory. So let me just set the scene. Let's say I told you you have to drive 20 miles every morning by 9 a.m. and you have to go pick up 7 blades of grass from this specific park every single day. Now, even though I said 9 a.m., there's not really a specific deadline. It just has to be done within that specific 24 hours. Now, with a simple task like that, like picking up blades of grass, that sounds so simple. Like all I have to do is just drive somewhere there, which is the worst part of it, right? But over time, you'll notice that the effort isn't there. Maybe you're not going at 9 a.m. anymore. Maybe you're going at 7 p.m. or maybe you're not even getting the full 7 blades of grass. Pretty much, you just have to make sure that you're applying your consistency every single day. And honestly, the biggest factor with that is just taking emotion out of anything that you're doing and just keep going with that shit.
I don't know how to feel about that. That's a little, because the first thing that came to mind about this, like, repetitious kind of nature, what happens with me is that I usually try to, and me and King was kind of talking about this in the last stream, the live video, so y'all might have missed it. But yeah, when you repetitively do something, you could, some people like us, me and King, we try to like beat our score, kind of in a sense, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? We try to do better than we did the previous day. Now, that doesn't have to be an everyday thing, but this dude is talking about slacking off. That's entirely different. Now, I get it. We have our ups and we have our downs. We have our perspectives of like, do we really deem this as a necessary task to fulfill by this appointed time? Or, you know, is it the opposite, you know? And if obviously you feel it's not that important, you're not going to pay it that much time. So it's, you know, there's a lot of variables and shit, man. Let's move on.
A woman was fired from her job at a hospital because of her unusual hairstyle. According to the woman, she got a fashionable new hairstyle during her holiday, but on her first day back at work, she
I don't know where the fuck this video came from. Complaints. This might be one of the video, or we might be getting to the videos that randomly clicked or something. Because sometimes when I pull up to a store, or one of my delivery points, I might have to wait a little bit, and then I might scroll a little bit, you know, and then I put the phone in my pocket without actually closing the screen, and it just, lots of things happen, lots. All right, so so this woman apparently got fired because of this hairstyle. That is, what the fuck? Let's go back and
from
look at the
patients
hairstyle.
and their families. They describe the
Shit look like
hairstyle as
lasagna. What the fuck? Bro, that is
overly exaggerated and
oh hell no! They're doing this woman like that.
clown-like, causing discomfort and distraction. And some patients even stated that it undermined their trust in the
God
professionalism of the medical staff. To protect the hospital's image and patient experience, the hospital, citing its internal dress code policy, instructed the nurse to immediately go home and change her hairstyle, and she was not allowed to continue working with pay.
I mean, you know, again, in the last stream that we did, we heard that a lot of the patients and the patient's family members, they're getting fed up with a lot of the people in the medical field. So, like, I guess when they see a nurse walking in with a hairstyle like this, I mean, it's not that surprising that they would say something. But to me, you know, just, I don't know, the ripples on the side of her hair, the waves, they give me, what's that syndrome, that feeling that when you see all these dots or these holes and it just makes you itchy. I get that when looking at that. So, and the color scheme too. It's just, let's move on. It's making me feel weird.
You know, I was gonna do this report a little bit later on, but y'all motherfuckers need to hear this shit. Y'all peep this shit. Now, I don't know if y'all heard about what's going on, but y'all remember all this bullshit that China and fucking America got going on with this goofy ass T-war, right? Well, guess what? China's best friend named Hong Kong that decided to step her ass into the motherfucking chat room and decided to stop all motherfucking shipment to motherfucking America. And that come into play April 27th. Now, I've stated once before that all of our shit in our houses and all of the shit, all the items and shit that are in these motherfucking stores and shit is made in China, right? Oh, I ain't get to the part of what the fuck was made in Hong Kong. So, hospitals done reported that majority of their motherfucking goods, their medicine, their equipment, all of that fucking shit that hospitals need, ask me where they get them from. Hong Kong. And on April 27th, Hong Kong is stopping all motherfucking shipment. They doing the exact same shit China doing. So what does that mean for hospitals? Hospitals are coming out and coming forward and saying they're gonna have to close down after the 27th. So what does that motherfucking mean for the terminally fucking ill? What does that mean for motherfuckers who have surgery that damn day? What does that motherfucking mean from motherfuckers that get their medications from the fucking hospital? What does that mean for anybody and anything that needs a fucking hospital? Then what?
Yeah.
Hell, I would not be surprised if the animal fucking shelter start fucking coming out and talking about something, or the animal hospital start coming out and saying they ain't got shit either to help y'all motherfucking animals.
God damn.
Then what?
Some of y'all lose y'all shit.
Do you see where the ego is coming in at? His ego done led to where we are now. We are gonna have to close down hospitals now.
How many of y'all think that's gonna happen? Put down in the comments. But I doubt that. Let's move on.
In the last 48 hours, 3 massive geopolitical events just happened and almost no one's connecting the dots. First, China just issued a direct warning to the United States. They officially stated they will not accept any country acting as a world judge or global policeman. Second, look at the Atlantic. The U.S. has officially seized a Russian-flagged oil tanker. They're calling it a ghost ship, used to evade sanctions, but Russia is calling it piracy. We are now actively boarding Russian vessels in open waters. And third, right now, Iran has gone dark. A massive internet blackout is hitting the country as protests erupt nationwide. China's warning us Russia is being intercepted and Iran is disconnected. 3 superpowers, 3 major escalations, all in the same week. Tell me what you think in the comments.
So every year we get these economist covers to start off the new year. And just like the year before, we must dissect it. Now to me, just to me, these always look like a warning cover. And as always, it does not look like a normal map to me. It looked like a map of pressure. So the first thing I noticed when I look, I see the 250 with the birthday cake. So I'm thinking like, this must be America's celebration year or some shit. Then I start looking what's around it. You got missiles, you got tanks, you got money signs, you got syringes,
light bulbs,
and you got satellites.
Rockets.
Then right here, you look like you got a fist breaking out of handcuffs with the flag behind it. To
what
me,
about the brain?
That screams breaking
it's connected
free
to, what is that, a
or
controller?
freedom
Crazy.
or control of freedom, if that makes sense. So essentially, people either rise up or the system tightens the rules and they call it safety. Then I start thinking, why are there pills and syringes on this thing all over? Because y'all notice, every time health gets involved, policies change quick. Not saying fake anything, I'm saying crises become leverage.
I mean, this is a very, very interesting picture right here. But it definitely needs a lot more stuff on it. Maybe it's there, I'm not really able to see it. But I don't know, that whole brain connected to the controller right there is very, very interesting. And I know why y'all could probably think so. Again, it's a matter of perspective and how y'all let these things how you let these things control your life. Do you let it control your life, or do you control it? Is the question. So, carrying on.
Then the money sign, the dollars, the coins. This is a slow squeeze, not just one giant crash. I'm talking about rent going up, food going up, everything. And you're just told to adapt. And I know y'all see the sword right here. Then it looked like you got the market or something behind it. What could that signify?
Oh,
could it
shit.
signify war, conflict
Did not even
over
notice that.
money, the stock? I don't know. Then you got the controller connected to the brain. So in hindsight, you could be like, oh, they're controlling us through the game. Or what if they're saying they treat us as a game? And I know y'all see the robots right here. Could this signify that AI is finna take over? You see them, it's working. That's the next step. We all know it. You see right here, you got the ice melting. Are they saying that the world is warming up and that we're gonna see more ice melt? No. It's other little things that I just don't get yet. Like this shit, the boat.
Ship.
I don't know who the hell this man is. He look like a maintenance man. Is that the president of China? And who are these people right here? We already know who this is. It's Trump. And before somebody say, why are you bringing this up again? Obviously because patterns matter. And repeating it keeps people comparing notes. If it's nothing, that's cool. But if it's something, the only defense is to get people talking. But while y'all look at this cover, y'all let me know down below in the comments. Which symbol sticks out to y'all the loudest?
The fuck?
Well, good afternoon, and a very, very happy Christmas. All of our friends all over the world. And happy holidays to those of you who don't perhaps celebrate Christmas, but you celebrate these holidays that are so important in your own way.
That mask right there is ugly as shit. Damn. God damn, dude.
Now,
it's like you can turn the face a little bit and you still got like two eyes, and it's weird, man. Very weird.
in the next 12 months, in the coming year, we are going to all be a witness to extraordinary changes. Some of those changes will be miraculous. Some of those changes will be spectacular. And some of those changes will involve things that you have never in your life seen before or have imagined that are possible. Whatever occurs and whatever changes we will experience, let us remember the friendship that is fundamental between all living souls, and let us appreciate the friendships that you, of course, out there as our friends have extended to us, and we, as your friends, extend to you at this time. From our family to yours, may we wish you a very, very happy Christmas, and we wish you the most extraordinary New Year. I hope you enjoy it.
It's fucking weird, man.
The reason we have been lied to about our history, the reason we have been lied to about everything is because everything goes back to the Bible. Everything goes back to God. The fallen angels that came down and ruled this world had technology, and they built things that we still can't. But they can't tell the world that, because then that would mean that angels and demons are real. And if angels and demons are real, then that means that Satan and God is real. And likewise, this is why we are being lied to about this narrative, because the enemy can't have the world know that this is a spiritual battle. The enemy can't have the world know that these aren't beings from another planet, but they are, in fact, demonic entities from another dimension, because then that would mean that the spiritual realm is real. That would mean that Satan is real, and ultimately, again, that would mean that God is real. Now, why am I talking about this? Because we are headed into a time of great deception. Deception like never before in history. Because there are people watching this right now who don't know Jesus Christ as their Lord and as their Savior, and because of that, they will be left behind to face this deception. They will be left behind to face the tribulation. In the book of Luke, he actually tells us that during the tribulation, there will be entities that will descend from the heavenly realms that will cause men's hearts to fail them from fear. And there will be signs in the sun, in the moon, and in the stars, and on the earth distress of nations with perplexity, in the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them from fear and the expectation of those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of the heavens will be shaken. Now here's the fun part. When we look at the Greek origin of the word for, it means because, it means why. So Luke is telling us why men's hearts are failing them. He's saying because...
All right, I'm just going to say this because I feel compelled and I don't give a goddamn. All right, listen, if you are somebody who's following the Old Testament or the New Testament, you've got a lot of learning to do, okay? Because how do you not tell the actions of those two different gods as like something like that you should be? Why would God need all supreme creator need your worship? Why would he need that? Or why would it need that? Y'all need to think deep about this shit. Like, come on, man. This shit it's baffling to me. And to hear that people talking about this stuff nowadays, every time I hear somebody preaching the word or talking about Jesus or anything in the Bible, I mean, I'm not gonna knock the Bible, there's a lot of gems in the Bible, but anybody saying put your faith and your love in Jesus, and I listen to their message. I'm not gonna knock him, I'm not gonna bash him. I listen to their message, and sometimes I just pray for them and wish the best for them, because like, I don't know, man. Let's continue. What happened?
Well, allegedly, you may have just celebrated your last Christmas holiday.
So they
and
say.
Why do I say that? Because according to a post by President Donald J. Trump, he stated that this might be our last Merry Christmas. But he's not the only one saying things like that. As a matter of fact, take a look at this.
So,
Listen to
I didn't
this.
think this was true. Check this out. Hey, Alexa, how many days until Christmas 2026?
There aren't any Christmas holidays in 2026.
What did you just hear that I just heard in that video? I thought maybe it's a mistake because there have been some updates to Alexa's operating system, including the new voice. But then I did some digging and research and found a few more videos of individuals asking similar questions and getting similar results. Take a listen to this. Listen.
Alexa, how many days until Thanksgiving 2026?
Thanksgiving Day in 2026 is 332 days away, on Thursday, November 26th.
Alexa, how many days until Christmas 2026?
There aren't any Christmas holidays in 2026.
So did Alexa just say something that she should have not said in the first place? There was also
Hey, at least we have a reference point. I mean, they're talking about Thanksgiving, and the next holiday after Thanksgiving is Christmas, right? So, maybe somewhere in between there might be something. I don't know, man.
Mentions of it by AI.
Interesting.
And also the President of the United States. So what the heck is actually going on?
You know, just to think about it a little bit more deeper, what if the developers or the software engineers behind these updates purposely put these inconsistencies in just to fool the masses? Have you ever thought about that? Well, if you haven't, incorporate that into your mental training or whatever, mental gymnastics, when you're trying to decipher the shit that's going on in today's world, because it's too much for one, and for two, you never know what the fuck is truth or, lies. So, I mean, you can though, but usually the stuff that we're kind of trying to research and stuff, there's a little bit of truth in the lies, and the lies have some truth. You know what I'm saying? It's like both sides. So Let's move on.
Is it
Not to be like a tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist, but what if they're not distracting us from the Epstein files? What if the Epstein files are the distraction from everything else that they're doing? Let me cook. You know, it's not a secret. We all know that man is a pedophile. Even before he got elected, that has not stopped people from supporting him. I'm pretty sure them knowing that he's in the Epstein file, most of us with common sense have known already. That's not stopping his supporters. They're clearly supporting him for something deeper than that. So that doesn't really feel like enough for them to be distracting us from that. We all know what's going on with it. We all know. We don't need to look at it to know that man is in those files. But I just feel like all the public attention, all the energy that we're pouring into releasing those files, getting them unredacted and going back and forth with the files, how many things have they actually slid under the radar since this whole Epstein file list, client list thing has been a thing? Project 2025 is mostly complete. It's more than 50% complete. They've been able to push their agenda through, gut our civil rights, gut our healthcare, gut all of our benefits that most of us pay into. Actually, all of us in some way pay into these things that, sad to say, but we actually are entitled to it because we're working and paying into the system. It just feels like they're not distracting us from the Epstein files. The Epstein files are the distraction. I can tell because with everything that's been going on in the last year.
Moving on.
Baby, if you thought the Seattle and the Los...
Breaking news. Everybody in the government is doing illegal shit. That's right, Rebecca, and nobody will be held accountable for any of it. More at 7.
I'll tell you what they told me.
Hold on, we gotta go back for that.
Breaking news. Everybody in the government is doing illegal shit. That's right, Rebecca, and nobody will be held accountable for
And he
any
just
of
puts
it.
himself
More
back.
at 7.
What else is new?
I'll tell you what they told me recently was, and I put this in writing to the Pentagon in 2012 when I told this, okay? One thing she told me was, when you see Iran and Israel exchanging missiles, and I saw it, the way she tells me is a vision of, I see it like a living picture screen. I could see the rockets flying. Then all of a sudden, orbs appeared out of the ocean and everywhere. And I told the government, if this happens, the orbs are going to appear and wake people up and stop it. That's what she told me. It was this April date.
April 2026.
Yeah.
And okay, you know you've put yourself in it there, Chris.
It's
because
okay. It's okay.
It's going to be Chris Bledsoe says April 2026 is when it all happens.
But I can tell you this, when I told this to the government about 2026, I just repeated what she told me. They immediately put remote viewers on it. And all of a sudden, all the remote viewers are saying, oh my God, 2026, 2027, something is going to happen. We don't know what, but something.
The world is already ending, y'all. It's not going to be some big bang. It's not going to be a big apocalypse. But look around and pay attention. It's already ending. And not in the way that everyone thinks, where it's going to be like one day we're going to wake up and it's going to be the apocalypse. No. People already are waking up to the truth. And that's what waking up is, to see your own truth. And your own truth is, what we all have in common is we don't want to work for somebody else. We don't want to waste our life making someone else's dream their reality while we're getting the crumbs, okay?
Thank you.
Also, like, we don't want to waste our life not being able to experience the world.
Doesn't it ever make y'all think, I mean, this is not the first time we're hearing this, and even on a more personal level, like, we've all thought about this before. Like, why do I keep working this cycle job, barely making ends meet, getting paid crumbs? Why not team up with my brother or my sister, you know, friends, families, put the money together and build something upon that? It's because of what this damn country has done. And I'm not going to say this country. It is actually a global thing. But there's this push for independence, you know what I'm saying? And that's fucking shit up. It's fucking shit up. Shit would be, listen, it's not fucking rocket science, y'all. We keep helping these people that are insanely rich get even more richer. Why not help each other, your brothers, us, the people, the people's people get rich by working together. Why is that such a hard thing to do? You gotta ask yourself that, man.
World, the
It's
beauty
crazy.
in it, and actually live our day the way we want to. Wake up and do exactly what we want to do every day, to just be, just to live. So a lot of people are waking up seeing that that's already happening. It's a lot of evil happening in the world, but just as much as bad is happening is just as much good. So you have
I think with that being said right there, there's a lot of bad and as much good. That is a perspective. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, all that shit, all that political talk, I keep that like in a certain kind of field vision. I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but that is not my main focus, my second focus, my third focus. I don't even worry about that shit. I worry about, I guess, what's in front of me, what's directly affecting me. And most of that shit tends to be good. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, it's all good. Because I've got myself to a point where even the bad shit is good. You know what I'm saying? That is not a level that people really make it to. If you can get yourself to that level, you officially hit God mode.
have to watch what you're focusing on. A lot of people, you know, it's a lot of bad happening. It's war, it's people like, you know, losing their minds or whatever, but it's also people waking up and choosing themselves and healing. So it's always going to be a duality, and it's happening. It's already here. It's already happening. The world is changing because we are changing within. We are choosing ourselves every single day. Keep choosing you.
Oh my fucking God. Yo, who the fuck is here, Edward? Who the fuck is here, Dracula? Yo,
If he said Edward from Edward Scissorhand, that's one of my favorite movies, y'all. I watched that Christmas weekend because I was picking up a load in Villarica, Georgia, or dropping off a load in, no, picking up a load in Villarica, Georgia, and I was late, so I had to get scheduled 2 extra days, so I just posted up in the hotel, watched movies all fucking day. I haven't did that in years, and I was, whew, man, those moments, just sitting down by myself, laying down by myself in the bed, relaxing, watching movies. That's something, did something to you, boy, man. Something that I needed. And it's crazy because I used to subscribe to Netflix. I could do that now, but I don't have the time for that shit now. I don't really, you know. Most of the time that I have, I'd either be playing a game or doing one of these videos with y'all or with the kids. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's pretty much it. And so to allocate time for just watching the video, anime, TV, news, and news on the TV I'm talking about. Because personally to me, these are news. Nah, you know what I'm saying? So, anyways.
They're doing the great, my great, yo. Hey, yo, we gotta, what the fuck?
They got the same earring I got.
Man, we gotta go. They are
Oh, no,
all on
no,
the way
never mind.
over here. What the fuck is happening? Oh, no. What?
All right,
Or realize that the world is actually ending and y'all going on about y'all trends on social media and y'all not preparing what these rich motherfuckers is. In the last part of the movie, there was a bunker, and it so happens to be that Mark Zuckerberg is actually building a bunker. I don't think bro is just tripping or taking the movie a little too serious. What my hypothesis is that that movie was made by the elites to signal the elites in a subliminal way to let you know that it's go time. And everyone's been going crazy about the deer that's been on Liberty Island because the deer in the movie. Well, I'm going to tell you that actually is a symbol from the divine that God is here to create balance, and that seeing a deer is actually a good spiritual omen. I think people are genuinely losing it because they are allowing their means for mind control to actually control your perception of reality. And if you don't know, in the movie, what actually went on was that they implemented a 3-step government process. I believe that what they are doing is an actual contingency plan. And if you look this up, if you don't know, you need to know that the government actually has contingency plans. And a contingency plan is what they will do in an event of an end game plan. That's what a contingency plan is. I say, like Railway said, you better stay ready so you ain't gotta get ready. If you don't already have your goods stocked up, have things provided for your family, and next year, starting January 1st, and we're getting hit with that BRICS currency dollar, and May 2024, we're getting hit with the digital carbon fingerprint, they letting it be known that they ready. They ready to go to war with the guys because we are increasing in consciousness. And increasing in consciousness in a means of raising that in numbers.
That is a fight that they're not gonna win. So I don't. Yeah, she's putting it in a certain kind of way, but I don't know about y'all. But I'll save that for another video. But some of us watching this video, we are some very, very powerful people. Okay. I know that deep within my soul. And I think people around me that I come across can just feel it too. You know what I'm saying? So don't let that power get to your head. Understand and know what that is and why people react to you the way that they do. But do what the hell you have to do to cultivate that energy. And be prepared. Get yourself ready.
Famous international case that took place some years ago, almost 10 years ago, of that medical student. That was the first time I ever heard of mobile, where they trap you in the car, they trap you in the bus, and they drive around with you all night, like they did to that young woman. And she told her story. She revealed her name. She said they mustn't seal her case. They're big on privacy in India. Calling victims girl M, calling them victim J. No, that woman was like, no, don't do this. Maybe she could feel in her body that she was already dying, because she did die. They were not able to save her from what she suffered all night. I have sat here on this channel for years.
All right, that's extremely diabolical. Be very, very careful, y'all, especially y'all women and men. Protect the woman.
See, I take these glasses off. She looks like a regular person, doesn't she, huh? Put them back on. Formaldehyde face. That's what we got.
That's enough out of you. You get out or I call the cops.
Formaldehyde face.
You know what you need? You need a Brazilian plastic surgeon.
I've got one that can see.
Dangerous is when the universe pick you and you put on the magic glasses. There's rules that go with them. You can never take them off. You never see things that they're supposed to do. You see things as they are. You can never force nobody else to win.
Hey, and another part that I would add, sometimes you're born with them. He probably said that, but in a different way. I'm putting it in a different way. Me, I was born with them shits. So, like, from childhood, I'll never forget the stuff that I remembered in childhood. That's how I'm going through life as a young person, slowly working my way up to an adult, and I'm watching all these people around me, like, so focused on shit that's like, what? Nigga, do you not know what the fuck is around us? What else is going on? You're interested in this? Okay, I'm gonna keep you at a distance. You know what I'm saying? But, I don't know, I'm just thinking about the family I've been born into, because there's a lot of them that has the same ability, but it's interesting, man.
Is anybody else waiting for the economy to crash at this point? Because this shit seems so surreal. It seems like a fuck.
Nobody talk about how stressful it is to watch the world literally change before your eyes. The world is literally changing, and it's like it's not for the good. We living in a world where money is king and morals come last. Respect doesn't exist, and the fact that we can't even come together for the simplest of tasks really says a lot. We don't go by talent, we go by what's popular. We don't go by what's right. We only go by what we feel like is fun for the moment. Yeah, nobody talk about how stressful it is to watch it. To see some of the most evilest people become millionaires overnight, while the good people sit, struggle, and wait. I sit still because God said let the fight be his, right? So I sit still and I wait my turn. There's gonna come a time where morals will come back, the good-hearted people will win, and the world will be back the way it was. We just gotta sit back and let God fight the fight. But I can't lie. Any way I can, I'ma help. And that's why I make these videos, man. I know the world messed up. I know you probably won't even make it to the end of this video, but if you did, you feel me. You just like me, and I'm just like you. We got a war.
Right on, brother.
What the fuck's happened to this world? I don't know. Since 2020, something has seriously changed because it feels so off to me. I know you can all feel it too, because I can feel it. Okay, and everything just feels so dull. Nothing feels exciting anymore, does it? You know, it almost feels like the life and soul's been sucked out of this world. And all we do is just work. All we do is work. Every day feels the same. It's like we're stuck in a perpetual loop cycle. I mean, it's crazy. It's Christmas next week, yeah? But it feels nothing like Christmas. Even the Christmas songs, they don't hit the same. They don't. They don't hit the same. It feels more like propaganda now than anything else. Baby, all I want for Christmas. No. It's not hitting the same. Fuck off. It's the same songs repeated. They're on a perpetual loop cycle. I'm fucked off of it.
I know, man.
It doesn't feel the same anymore. Nothing feels the same. And you know what, guys?
Sometimes the people who are stuck inside like certain establishments, certain facilities, certain stores, you gotta have this goddamn radio playing the same. Man, I feel bad for y'all, man. I do. I really, really do. Cause good lord, I should have dropped my ass. Let me not say that, but it just wouldn't be. It wouldn't be good, y'all. It wouldn't. It wouldn't. This nigga so serious. God damn. God damn. All right, we're done. We're done here, y'all. We're done here. All right. So thanks to wake us up. You know what I'm saying? This is what we're gonna be doing going forward. Hopefully, this open you up your minds. Listen, just going forward, I guess we're gonna be doing this in like this type of format, and I'll probably be doing it live. Of course, if I do it live, I might have King, and I might have another friend of mine tag along. So just be on the lookout for that. I appreciate y'all watching up to this point. Again, do not take everything you heard in this video as what it is. Y'all do your own research, make up your own assumptions and your ideas about what the hell we is that we're hearing, and yeah, go from there. All right, but until next time, peace and much prosperity to you and your families. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace out, y'all.